How are you doing, buddy? You can always ask me questions, but I suggest trying to figure things out on your own. I've also written lots of advice down in the notebook on your bookshelf. Also, it may be none of my business, but I suggest finding a wife quickly. It was your father's dream to have a family farm, you see. Finally, if you show items to people, sometimes they'll tell you something about it. That's all for now. Good luck. Thanks, I guess? I also don't know why Rock is, like, looking at me. This is also funny. I don't really look like either of my parents. You don't say. I was gonna say, I don't really know why Rock is, like, turning his head like that, looking at me like we're friends, because I've never given him a gift in my life. I don't want to be your friend, dude. I don't know what's up. I think Takakura is just your friend by, like, default. So you can see here, this is when they're friends with you, usually, is when they move their head like this. That type of logic always gets to me, where it's like, oh, your parents want grandkids, so you need to get married and have kids. It's like, what? But you're not going to be the one that's going to have to deal with my husband and or wife and children. It's such a strange frame of mind, I think. There's actually people in the bar today. That's good. We saw, I think Casey just left. Marlon's here. Gustafa comes here, I think, every once in a while. And then there's a family that moves in the second year. And the husband is usually here at the bar later as well. And it looks like Muffy still has one red heart. So we still have a bit of a way to go with her affection. We still have lots of time and room to give her gifts and woo her and win her over. Did I give Nami something today? I think I did. I think I ran into her early in the morning. Yeah, right, because I was going on about how she's up so freaking early. You got anything else interesting to say, Muffy? I don't think so. It is nice, though, that their dialogue changes depending on the time of year. They'll comment about the seasons changing. They have dialogue depending on what time of year it is. You know, your wife will have dialogue when you get married, those kinds of things, which is really nice. I like nice little touches like that. It just adds sort of a dynamic to things. We'll feed my dog. Give him some food so he doesn't hate me and PETA doesn't come and take him away from me. Let's look at the status book. I forget what's in here. A couple of things so you can see how much money we have, how much fodder we have, fertilizer, the different buildings on your farm and the ones you don't have yet, your livestock, your poultry, your pets, and then your family. So when you get married and have a wife, it'll show up here. So it's not really anything too exciting because it's not like you can look at anything in great detail here, but worth pointing out anyways. A little bit early to be going to bed, but again, there's not really much else for me to do today. So I will once again wake up early. Although I would imagine if you were a farmer, waking up at 4 in the morning is probably not outside the realm of what is realistic. Because running a farm takes a lot of work, and it is a 365, you know, 24/7 kind of job. Too early to get an egg, so I'll have to come back. Which is kind of silly I think that, like, you know, over the period of the nighttime, your chicken would lay an egg. I don't see why you can't just pick it up in the morning and take the egg, but I guess the game just doesn't allow it. They just don't want me to do that, so I'm at the game's mercy. I have no choice. And at the market, you can sell pretty much anything that you have in your bag. It's kind of like Van's shop, where he sells different things and he'll buy different things. When you set up your little stand, your little market stand, anything that you have in your rucksack is fair game. So what I like to do if I'm gonna do the whole market thing is I like to go around and collect stuff that I want to sell. I make sure to have only what I want to sell in my bag, and then I put everything else in storage. I just have to remember to, of course, go back and grab anything that I want out of storage afterwards. I don't know, I don't really remember if it increases or decreases the friendship, but you can say no, you don't want to sell an item, you can say yes, or sometimes they'll lowball you and try and give you a low price and you can haggle with them, and sometimes they'll get upset that you are trying to charge them a lot of money. I don't know if there's any proof or if there's been any sort of experiments done to see if that affects the friendships at all, but I'm usually nice. I usually just give them the discounted price. I would be a terrible businessman. Like, haggling in real life makes me feel awkward. I've gone to stores with people and, like, pawn shops and thrift stores and things like that, and they've tried to haggle with the owner, and I don't know, I just feel awkward. I just feel like there's a price. It has a price tag. Don't try and haggle with them. It's not going to end well, but I guess some stores, too, that's how it works. You know, haggling is what it's all about, but only in Harvest Moon. I'm running low on mugworts, mostly because I've been eating them, but I've given a couple of them to my dog, and I've given some to Galen. I'll probably start saving them up again, just so that I have a steady supply of stuff to eat. Okay, I was gonna say, where did Carter go? I just saw him. And if you are working on befriending Carter, or you want to give him gifts, he, of course, will not accept gifts while he's looking like a scarecrow. I think the idea is he's, like, basking in the sun, or, like, you know, trying to get power from the sun's rays or something. Like, I don't quite know what he's up to here, but in any case, if you try to give him a gift when he's doing this, he won't accept it. And we haven't gone inside the tent yet. We can see here that this is where Flora and Carter live. Not very comfortable. But I suppose if they have like a nomadic lifestyle, or they came from somewhere else, or they're here temporarily for this dig site, then I guess it would make sense that they would kind of more or less temporarily set up shop. I don't think I could live in a tent. Sleeping on the ground is so uncomfortable. And I think if it rained a lot, or it was really windy, like, I think that would keep me up, or I would be afraid that, I don't know, something would go wrong with the tent. There's just so many things to worry about. It looks like Celia is heading to town today. I'm not gonna bother giving her a gift. I could, but nah. I will give Galen a gift. I know I just said I'm going to try and save my mugworts, but I'm bad at keeping my word, I guess. I think mostly just because it's so important to befriend him in the first year, is why I'm so easily able to part with gifts for him. It just makes life a whole heck of a lot easier. And there goes Gustafa. And if you go up to him while he's playing, you can hear him playing a song. Wasn't that a good song? Not really. It was. I'll be nice. I don't want to be that jerk neighbor that everybody hates. Daryl's not around to give gifts to. Cody's around, I'm sure, but I'm sure also that his arms are probably crossed, so I can't give him a gift. Cody likes flowers, though, I'm pretty sure. So again, he's one of those guys you can kind of just give flowers to. If the twins are in their tree house, I don't really know what to call this. What would you call this that they live in? A hut? I don't know, whatever. Well, if they're in their house, I don't think either of them will accept gifts. So. Oh, hi, Nami. You're at the bar early, even though the bar is not open, and you're being, totally not nice. What a coincidence. I was hoping to relax by myself. I don't feel like talking to people now. Why are you in a public space? Go write in your diary or something in your room if you want to be alone. Take the stupid fossil. Okay. I did come here for Muffy. Oh, they're still sleeping. Okay. Maybe at 10 a.m. they'll be awake. It seems like that did the trick. That was kind of creepy. I don't know if you guys noticed that or if you can hear it. I know the game volume's a little bit low, but at 10 o'clock when they woke up, the Blue Bar music started up, like, immediately. Which was kind of weird. Wanted to talk. Is it a secret or something? No, I just wanted to talk to you? Okay, well, whatever. Here you go. Well, Nami, I'll leave you to your musings and your want to be alone. I won't bother you. Let's go see Nina. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. Check in and see how she's doing. I like their house. It's kind of cute. Nice little house for two little old people. You are welcome, you sweet little lady, you. I can see Ruby's heading on out. I should go into the inn and maybe see if I can find Tim, her husband. We haven't talked to him yet. I sort of tend to forget that Tim exists because he's only in this game. In the DS version, Ruby is in the game and Rock is in the game, but Tim is not. Ruby explains it as her husband has gone traveling the world and she hasn't, seen him in a while. And when we talked to Tim there, he just mentioned that he was a traveler and he ended up settling in the valley and starting the inn. So I guess that kind of makes sense from like a story perspective. And I'm also really surprised because Carter is not at the dig site today. After I just said, oh, I'm pretty sure he doesn't take a day off. He very rarely leaves the dig site in any case. We don't see him very much. I guess now is as good a time as any to check on Miss Bessie here. Because the problem with the market is that you have to wait for a time when people are around. People aren't just going to automatically start lining up at the stall. People will just kind of stop by as they walk by. So if you have people that have gone to the city, for example, like Chris is gone all day. I don't usually see Wally during the day after his morning run. We saw Celia go to the city. Takakura, sometimes Vesta will go to the city. When you have all these different characters leaving town, you have that many less people that are going to walk by your stall. Ooh, that was weird. Did you guys see that? I just walked by and all of a sudden a tomato just sprouted. That was kind of weird. So I think the best times to do the market are early in the morning when people are getting out of their houses and leaving to go to town, or just walking around, or kind of probably later on in the evening when people are coming home. And then there are also some characters that come out later at night, and also some characters that go to the Blue Bar later at night. And so they walk by your store when they're going to the bar, because you will set up in the exact same place that Murray is set up right now. Oh, and I can actually set up beside him. That's interesting. I want to see my family again, but I'm a little short. Please help me. Here, you can have $1. Because you never leave. So, I'll just show you guys an example. I'll set up the shop. I can see Galen walking by very, very, very slowly. So when he stops by, maybe he'll come and check it out. But as you can see here, you know, we don't just get a flock of people dropping their lives and coming and looking at our shop. We just have to basically sit here and wait for people. And people don't always check it out either. Sometimes they'll just walk right past you. But I kind of like this idea of having a farmer's market. I think it's kind of cute. If you've ever played Grand Bazaar, that's like the whole idea of the whole game, is to set up a shop. So you can see here, Galen thought about it, and he wants to buy the mugwort, and we'll give it to him for 13. Why not? $2 less. I'm not that stingy. And depending on what you have, they'll usually only buy like 1 or 2 items and then they'll leave. Oh, Galen, you're a good customer today. So this is kind of nice when you need money, and it's a day when Van is not in town. You can try and sell some stuff to people, especially stuff you don't want, or stuff that's cheap, and you can sell it possibly for a higher price. They don't always appreciate it when you sell it to them at full price, though. Sometimes they decide not to buy it. And then when you're done, or when you don't feel like waiting around anymore, you just kind of walk off the area and you can close the stand. So we've got Lumina over there. Daryl, he probably won't check out the stand, though. He kind of goes all over the place. But I can try and give him a gift. I don't think I gave him a gift today. I think I went to go give him something, but he wasn't around. There we go. I can probably catch Lumina later on with a flock of other people. I'm sure when she goes back to the mansion, she'll come back this way, and I can catch her on her way back. Casey and Patrick usually go around to go to their house. Like, if they're at the mansion, they'll just beeline it straight down. If they're at the spring, they do tend to walk this way, though. I'm trying to think if there's any characters that you won't be able to catch. But I think at some point or another, most of the characters will walk in that general kind of area. At some point or another. And Celia's back from town. And there's Ruby walking around, Gustafa, you can see. So, I mean, they're all out and about. They're just all kind of spread out. So maybe now is a good time to set up. Because now we're going to see people coming back from the valley. We're going to have people walking around, going back to their houses, you know, that kind of thing. And they won't ever buy, like, tools. So if or at least I've never had an offer in any case, for someone to buy my sickle or my hoe, my watering can, bird feed, milk, or like any of that stuff. It's usually just the other miscellaneous stuff that you have. They'll buy animal products, stuff you find at the mine, stuff you forage, you know, again, pretty much anything that you have that's not kind of like a key item in your inventory. And I think that this might also be a good way to find out if a character likes something or not, because I think they only buy things that they like for the most part. I could be wrong. So we've got Celia here. Maybe she'll check us out. Come on, Celia. What do you want? And she wants to buy the flour. We'll give it to her for a little bit of a discount. And I think, too, if you give them a discount, they are more likely to buy more than one item. If you do good business, people will keep shopping with you. And she kind of bought some of the more expensive stuff. Like, she bought the ore, she bought the flowers, whereas Galen was buying the, you know, mugworts for like $10 a piece. So we got 3 sales out of Galen, we got 3 sales out of Celia, and hopefully if anybody else happens to walk across the damn store, I can sell them items too. The only unfortunate thing when you're in this view is that you can't go into first person to have a look down the road to see if anybody is coming. You have to close the stand and then open it up again if you see somebody coming, which is kind of a oversight on my part, because I think it would be really nice to be able to just see that from where you're standing. I really like the toy flower. 9. Again, I am a man of the people. You can buy my flowers that you can get for free, you know, for $9, for a discounted price, because apparently you're too lazy to pick it yourself. Or there are no flowers because I wake up at the crack of dawn and pick them all. That could be the problem too, I don't know. The weird thing, though, and I don't know why this is that they tend to, like, loiter. Like, once they buy stuff, you can see that Celia's just still, like, walking around all over my freaking stand. You know, like, Lumina's still standing here, kind of taking it all in, you know, looking. And, Celia was stuck there for quite a while before she took off. And then she just walks in front, and then she gets stuck again. Like, it's just kind of a strange thing. I don't know if it was like an oversight or like what was going on there, but she did eventually leave. She does eventually leave, so it's not like they're stuck there permanently or anything like that. Will Murray buy anything? Murray doesn't have money. Oh, he did ask for the sickle. That is interesting. Maybe he's the only one that asks. Because I think most people would be like, I'm not selling my farming equipment. And I don't think he would pay. Because like I said, I don't think he has money. Huh. Interesting. You learn something new every day. Hi, Chris. Hi. 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 Come back. Come back. Do you want to buy something? It's getting cold and dark. I need to make more money before I go home. So patience is definitely a virtue. Standing out here looking like an idiot, you know, for half of the day or whatever, but it pays off. I mean, I got 3 sales out of Galen, I got 3 out of Celia, out of Lumina, and hopefully I can make a 3rd sale here with Chris, and maybe Marlon will also check out the shop. Would be way faster just to wait for Van to come by tomorrow, but I don't know, if you got nothing else to do and you got time to kill, why not? Hi, Marlon. Yo, I'd like that light sickle. Can't sell that to you. I also wonder, like, I thought that tools were kind of a unique item. Like, I thought once you order them from the catalog, you can't order them again. So I'm kind of wondering if you were to sell the tools, if you would be able to order them again, or if they would be permanently gone forever. I guess I could have sold him the sickle because it's not like I'm saving this anyways. So I could sell it and test that out. That actually, I wish that wasn't an afterthought. That might have actually been a good idea. But now that I've told him no, he won't ask again, right? So, Daryl, do you want to buy anything? Yo, what's up? Oh. Looks like he's gonna clean me out of fossils, which is okay, because I think I still have quite a few, and if not, I can just go dig some up, you know, the next day. Sweet. Thanks, buddy. And I do believe that they max out at 3, no matter how much you try and, you know, haggle. Like, if you give them a haggle price on all 3 items, I think they do only buy 3. Hi, Rock. Yeah. Now, I'm confused as to how you have money if you refuse to work. But I'm not gonna ask questions. I guess I'll just take your money. I'd like coin. Me rock. Me like coin. I'd like human statue. It just sounds like he's speaking in broken English, but whatever. Have a good day. that's probably enough for now. I don't really see anybody else coming. Carter's going to the bar. And Patrick is going to head the other way, and so is Casey, I'm assuming. He's probably going to head the other way as well. So that's probably all that there was in terms of customers, but you guys get the idea. I just wanted to kind of show that off. Oh, hi Muffy. I just broke 3 dishes. I am so clumsy. Well, that's okay. Dishes are replaceable. So I ask her what the problem is, and then she says, thanks, I feel so much better now. It didn't exactly answer my question, but as long as you feel better, I guess. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's pretty busy in here today. Got Carter, and then got Marlon in here. I don't think it gets much more, you know, packed than this, though. I think there's usually like a maximum of 2 or 3 people. Don't get too crazy now. And I think in this version, in A Wonderful Life, Hardy doesn't actually live in the valley. I think he lives in the city and comes to the valley. But I do know in the DS version, he actually lives in the valley. He has his own little house there. Well, that ate up a lot of time. We won't be going to bed too early today, which is good. Sold some stuff, cleaned out the inventory, got some money. And if we wanted to, going into day 8, we could sell the rest of this, or sell some of it anyways, to Van. We've got a lot of money to work with now at this point. We can start working on getting more animals, you know, stuff like that. How many times a freaking day do I have to water these things? I'm pretty sure I watered them already, like, twice. I also don't know if you can overwater, like if you can drown them. I know that the, you know, crops and the whole crop system is a little bit more advanced and like delicate in this game than it is in some other ones, but I think they die from lack of water and not too much water. In any case, did I check on my chicken today? I think I did. Give it some love while I'm here, I guess. Go put that stuff in the shipping container and then head to bed. All in all, I would say it's been a pretty successful stream. We got almost all the way through spring. We made some money. We're taking care of some animals. We saw a couple of different hard events. I think it was a success. It didn't go too badly. It was kind of my first time actually streaming Harvest Moon, and I wasn't sure how it would go, but I think I'd definitely do this again. It was a lot of fun. I am going to end it off here, though, because I need to go and do other things tonight rather. It's 10:30 at night here. But I will probably upload this to YouTube, and I want to thank everybody for watching and coming out and keeping me company in the chat and helping out. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever time of day it is, and a wonderful weekend.